Hello everybody. Jade came over when she saw me sit in the chair. I don't have a chair for you, I'm sorry, but there you are, Jade. There you are. It's time for the video. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right. You got your spotlight. Hello everyone. Hello. It is Sunday. I believe it's October 22nd. My father's birthday, and I did honor him this morning by saying happy birthday, Daddy. I do feel that he's with me a lot. He has in the past had a habit of entering my cat from time to time. So today I'm coming on with something different. My name is Sabrina. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I really did my makeup today. This is not a coffee chat, and it's in honor of the subject, which is mermaids. It goes along with the dream I had called a telling dream, which was my subconscious mind really trying to tell me many years ago that I was basically a fish. A fish out of water, okay? I want to give a shout out to one of my faithful viewers who comments and talks back to me, especially with a lot of confusing things that I've been going through for the past couple of months. And she went through something similar. That before that, she actually told me that she was a water sign, and that I had actually hit upon her videos one time because of her seashell artwork on a dresser. But now she has another channel on, I believe it's a Victorian Witch, and she talks about a book called Guide for the Landlocked Mermaid. And her name is Marilla, and I hope she doesn't mind me saying that, but anyway, that's my shout out to her. Please go and look at her beautiful background set where she has so many things representing Aquarian energies, which is what she is. And we've been talking about astrology as I've been on the sidereal astrology train for the past year at least. Goddess Astarte led me to see the correlation between the dark moon and the constellations coming in. And from there I began to look at ancient astrology. So I began to do my chart and see that my rising was not Aries, it was Pisces. And so as she has talked about this book review in her video, I began to remember things. And one dream I have not talked about yet is one in which my spirit guide showed up. I was new to the path, and he had helped me get on it. In fact, he kept telling me, you're a witch. I kept thinking I'm a light worker, I'm just a druidess, I'm just a medium. And he kept telling me in many different ways, you're a witch. So I am a shamanic witch on the Celtic path and the druidic tradition. So this was only about the second year that I was on the path, and I had been building a relationship with him. I had met him during a guided meditation when I was studying hypnotherapy with an online course at home. And that is where I had this profound experience, and I began researching and getting images in my mind and finding out this was in fact a man who had lived, and he was communicating with me. So he would show up in dreams. And because of all of the confusion and unhappiness that I was having in my marriage, he would appear from time to time as well in my dreams to lift my spirits. That is one of the main things that they do. They'll show up from time to time to lift your spirits if you're, really getting stuck, right, in a place of unhappiness and confusion. So one particular night, I dream that I am backstage, putting on makeup, getting ready to go on to a performance. Now, I've been in drama and theater since I was a young girl. Years and years ago, if you wanted to join an order, that was something you had to do. You had to have an introduction into drama and theater. High magic is high drama. And this is what I was led to start with many years ago. So I'm backstage putting on my makeup and he's there and I'm so happy to see him there, right? And I'm wondering when we're going to go on. And I look down and I see my costume. And from the waist down, I'm a mermaid with a lot of these colors, right? And iridescent. And I just said to him, "Oh, look, I'm a mermaid." Okay. So somehow or another, the performance was over and we were in the after party and the two of us were dancing and he picks me up and lifts me up. He literally lifted me up in this dream. But spirit guides, their primary job is really to help you along your path and make you see things you need to see. And also, if you're going to be a teacher and you've met a spirit guide like I have, that you're also going to be a teacher, which is basically what I am. I'm a messenger and I deliver messages of spiritual truths. Now, my whole life I've been very much into water. I'm a Cancer. Now, that's a crab, not a fish. But my rising is Pisces at 29 degrees. And that is a higher degree than what my birth sign Cancer is, which is basically a moon baby. So I'm very strongly connected to the moon and dreams. And of course, with 29 degrees in Pisces, I'm obviously a dream worker and I receive a lot of messages through the subconscious mind. I've also learned how to work with my own subconscious mind and my emotions. And then, of course, I've written a book called A Little Book of Affirmations, and it is a set of scripts that you can read over and over again that will help change the patterns of thoughts that have been going on in your mind so that you can have a better thought pattern and a better behavior. This is cognitive therapy. It's called hypnotherapy. And there are a lot of psychologists and some psychiatrists that do use scripts, so they'll bring in a hypnotherapist who will do those sessions. Because of who I am, I work more like a psychopomp sometimes. Okay, that's another story. But I've always been attracted to seashells and water. I mean, I was always at the pool. You know, just water, always interested in wanting to be near water. I'd go outside and play in the sprinklers if I couldn't go to the pool. So as I've gotten older, I've always wanted to have fountains, whatever I could. I have a little fountain in the bathroom, but it's not electric, so it needs to run on batteries. I don't have the batteries are dead. I like to hear the sound of water. I want to hear it outside on the patio as well, but I have a lot of blue outside on the patio. When I was a teenager, my mother rented a house on the beach, and we had a table by the window, and it was just right there on the beach, a really short beach. And I'd sit there in the morning and just look past the sand at the ocean and the ocean waves. And I was just, you know, it just called to me. I was mesmerized. And she'd have to remind me, finish your breakfast, we gotta go to school. And there were times when I'd go out at night to sit on the rocks. My father would have to come out and get me because I'd been out there by myself for over an hour. And he'd say, "Do you realize how long you've been out here?" I said, "No." I was about 16 years old. "You've been out here almost 2 hours. You got to come in. It's dark. It's getting dark now." Like, okay. I mean, I was just lost, you know. And I'm really just sitting there listening to the ocean waves crashing on the rocks. You know, the whole experience, the water, the coolness, the everything. And there are times when I would go down to the falls here in my city and dangle my feet in the water, look at the sun on the water. This is how I work. And hear the falls running. And then I'd go home and I'd do a meditation next to my bed with a candle and my blue goblet. And this is how I would have an answer or have some information come to me in a dream. Now, about, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, I had purchased a bag of seashells, and I'd already met and developed a relationship with my spiritual parent, Oshun. I don't really talk about her that much because I think a lot of people might get a little bit touchy about it. I've learned that the universe is much more mysterious than we ever imagined. You might want to start with the pantheon in the beginning, but eventually you might discover other things about yourself. So, in numerology, my life path number is a 5, and that does relate to Oshun and Ganesha. One day, as I had been reading the cards, over and over again, I felt the desire to paint this frame that I had been given a color other than black. And it took forever for her to finally get that message through to me, because I was very distracted with my life as a single parent. And so I had already printed out a picture of her, and she was in another frame. So I went ahead and I said, well, that's it. I think this is what she wants me to do. I painted it blue that day with some tempera paints I had. And then I finally figured out why I was led to buy the bag of seashells. And I glued them all around her picture. And now she sits on my makeup table. And I know I've had some remarkable experiences when I call on her. They happen very quickly. So that's another thing that is fascinating. You know, our frequency is connected to that very closely. Things can work very fast for us when we connect to those things that are at the same frequency. So, and I used to have, when I was in ballroom dance, purchased a skirt exactly like this, yellow, kind of a chiffon on top, but it was cut off at the knees. I love yellow and gold. So over here at my mantle, I guess is what you'd call it, I've changed things up a little bit. I took the table runner and I put it down here, which kind of helps to cover all of my wine glasses. And then on my way back from the gym, I saw this fake fireplace, which I've been trying to get since last December at the dollar store for $5, so I got it. I put that in the bedroom, but I thought I would show you. And I did make a short, so from time to time I make shorts. And then I put out some other Samhain things I have. There's a books of spells, and the little cauldron that I bought at the Dollar Tree for some reason is not misting anymore, but I have a diffuser over here. So yeah, for $5 I'm a little disappointed. It only worked maybe about 5 times. And then of course I have these that I also got last year at the Dollar Tree. And I have another one over there. And this is my decor, dark feminine decor that I have now in the living room. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. Now, I'm also going to leave a link to a website that I've created a couple of years ago already. It's the only place I have for merch for this channel. It's called Zazzle.com, and it is Casting Cauldron. I haven't ordered anything yet, but I took some artwork and I put it on some merchandise. I believe there's a pillow I need to order, and there is a cutting board. So I'm going to leave the link, and I ask you to please go to it and take a look at it. You can order it all year long. I need to update, I think, my profile, my banking information, and order something from my merch to show you. But I will leave the link here. If you appreciate all of the messages that I give you from Spirit and my life experiences, then this is a way that you can show your support for my creating content. And all the time I spend more time doing my makeup than I do making the video. And I have to edit it and then upload it and then add all the key tags and the links and everything. So links will be in the description, as well as the PayPal for this channel, where you can donate $5 or more. And then of course I have my ebook, which is on Kindle. It's just about, I don't know, 15 pages. There's about 8 different scripts for different subjects that you can carry with you and have forever and ever for $10. So I thank you for your time and your support. And I'm also finishing my listing on Fiverr.com if you would like to have your sidereal chart done, so you know once and for all what your true self is, which is your rising. Okay? And then I'm offering what's called a spiritual career counseling, where I look at your chart and I see where the job and career, I look at the planet for job and career in that house, and I find that planet in the house, and then I analyze what type of job and career you would want to go into or study, or maybe you're in it already. This can be invaluable for your children or your teenager who's confused about what they should do. And even for parents who want to push their parents into something, you know, like their company business, and it just could cause a lot of misery for a long time unless you really look at it and see ultimately this person is not going to be happy until they go and they do this. So I did that today for my ex-husband, and what I saw was very, very interesting. I saw that his desire to become a physical educator was right there for job and career in the 6th house of health and service. And this would have been like a social service when you're working in a university and you're teaching physical education. There's a few other things that are in there as well that have been enlightening for me as to what was going on in our marriage because of the planet. But yes, I've even warned him against overindulgence in some areas that could cause him serious health problems. But I also told him today, because I'm still communicating with him, that this disease he has now of diabetes in his older age is something that he could use to not only help himself but inspire others. He doesn't want to work, so I said go be a volunteer and help others see how they can eliminate their type 2 diabetes through weightlifting. So that's it for today. I will close with that, and take care of yourself, and I will see you next time. So long.